Do you have any advice for beginners? Especially for Ashtanga yoga is strong. Huh?
Yeah, it's really just find a good teacher, practice. Mm-hmm. Most important is you practice. You practice and practice. It's simple as that. Things who Darby Joyce said 99% practice, 1% theory. And you need theory as well. Definitely theory will help you. But at the beginning, you're a beginner. So you just really need to practice and have a teacher there that's going to teach you. If you're lucky, you'll get a very good teacher who will be able to develop your attributes to a better level. But ultimately, it doesn't matter what teacher you have, what books you read. If you don't practice, nothing's going to happen. So practice, and don't try and do too much. You know, that's a big fault with beginners. They see other people practicing, they want to do what an advanced practitioner is doing. So have patience. Again, I was 30 years old, 29 years old when I started practicing yoga. My younger life, I had done many sports, football, gymnastics, anything, surfing. And so physically I was okay. My body was developed for yoga practice as well. So I was born with these attributes. For somebody who's older and tries to do yoga, they see young people, they want to do what young people are doing. So also have respect for your body, respect for what your abilities are. And again, as you practice, and you'll start to develop awareness of anatomy and other things, they'll come. But at the beginning, don't try and push yourself. Don't believe that old saying, no pain, no gain. It's not going to work. It may work and you may become more flexible, but you possibly will also damage your body in that process. So the yoga practice in itself is very powerful, and it will develop. It will come just by doing the practice. And again, let you know, the practice isn't how flexible you are. It has nothing to do with flexibility yoga practice. The practice of yoga has to do with what's happening inside, what you don't see. So the chi and prana flowing, and the breath flowing. So this is what's important. Learning how to breathe correctly, how to feel, if you can, as it comes along with connection of connective tissue and chi. And just let the postures open up and maintain the posture that allows chi to flow. You know, you go too, I can twist here and I can feel the chi flowing. But if I push too hard, then the chi blocks. So don't try to do too much. Stay within your limits. You know, the biggest hindrance, I think that happens to beginners, they try to be an intermediate student, and we're only a beginner. So take your time. But again, practice. Practice.
And respect the body, right?
And respect the body.
So for beginner, if they want to start, it's better she repeat one posture, or she get more and more and finish all the series. Which way will be
okay,
better?
So I'll go back to the way that I was taught from Darby Joyce. And I was a beginner who had abilities to progress. Because I was healthy, I'd surfing, and I hadn't stopped physical practices. And I was like 29 years old, so I wasn't that young. But so I did my Mysore first class. So the first class was come in, watch. This is the way Darby, you come in and you watch, see if you like it, see what he's doing, and then you make a decision whether you're going to join the class or not. I felt that I was led to that class, so it was only a matter of how much it's going to cost me. And so there was a little discussion at the beginning, how much will it cost? And he said so much, and I said so much, and he wouldn't change, and I didn't change, so I said no. But the next day I went back anyway and said okay.
So you win? for the
No, actually I didn't win. He said, okay, you can do it for the price you asked.
Okay.
Which was pretty sweet. But then my first class was Sarai Namaskar A, Sarai Namaskar B, Padangushtasana, Padhastasana, Trikonasana, Pajvakonasana, and then the breathing postures at the end, Padmasana, Pranayama, Yoga Mudra, sitting, Padmasana, Uplatiti. That was it, my first class. And then the next day I came back and he added one more posture. The next day he came back, added one more posture. So I learned, for about the first week and a half, I was learning one posture a day. And after 1 week and a half, I was so sore. Oh, I remember being so, my hamstrings were aching. You know, the practice was very powerful, and plus Darby Joyce was adjusting. So he was taking me further than what I would do myself. Even though I have seen people without being adjusted coming in too fast and wanting to do too much at the beginning, they get also very, very painful and sore, and actually sometimes people stop. I had already paid for 1 month, so I wasn't going to waste my money. So I made sure I went for 1 month. But what happened after the first week and a half, and I was given 2 postures a week. So it was really a 3-month process before I learned the primary series. So by the time I'd finished after 3 months, you know, anything you do for 3 months is going to make you strong. You know, and I was practicing 6 days a week, taking moon days, full moon and new moon day off. But basically it was 6 days a week. And so 3 months, my body changed. I was stronger, much more flexible, and amazing. But it was a process of taking it slow, slow. So we didn't try and learn the whole primary series the first day and do it all.
Just step by step.
Step by step. So for me, this is the best method. You know, if somebody is coming from gymnastics or dance, other yoga practices already have the body flexibility and strong, you can teach them quicker, teach them primary series quicker. But still, don't give it to them all at once, because it'll break your body. There's too much happening on the nervous system, too many things happening internally besides the external. So better to take it slow. We have plenty of time. You know, just don't look at it what you're doing now. Look what you've been doing 3 months from now. So you look back each month. Oh, look what I'm doing now compared to last month. And then the next month, oh. So that's the way I looked at it. I would always look back and say, wow, I've developed this much this month. This much has happened this month. After 2 years, we were doing 3.5 hours practice. You know, we were in Mysore for that long, 2 years. So after 2 years, my practice was 3.5 hours. So for primary, intermediate, and whatever advanced practice we were doing. But I couldn't do that from day one. It took 2 years of every day. So, and that's all I was doing, by the way. You know, I didn't have to go to work. I did yoga, and the rest of the day was preparation for the next day's yoga. Preparation.
Everything is for yoga.
Everything was concentrating on the next day's yoga practice, except on Friday. And we thought about the movie, because we had Saturday off. Could go to the movies Friday night. So, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.